Hello BookTube friends, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my channel. It is the end of February. Finally. Even though it's like the shortest month of the year, it was the longest by far for me. This month I read a total of 11 books, which is very up from my previous month. I think I read 7 books, so it's like a 4-book increase, which is crazy because it was only 28 days and my reading didn't really start until like February 5th. And I'm back on track with my reading goal, which is like 10 per month. Today I'm going to be going over all the books that I read this month. It's going to be super cool. I'm just going to say leave a like, subscribe. Also, quick announcement. I'm going to be live streaming. It's going to be this weekend, Saturday, from, I don't have the exact times. I'll put them on screen when I finish deciding. And it's going to be super fun. I got my fun streaming set up as always. I got some cool equipment. You guys usually like lead the conversation really well. And so it's always just a fun conversation. And yeah, I'll have the waiting room set up like 30 minutes beforehand so you can chat with me. And then I'll press go live and I'll do that. It's going to be cool. We're just going to talk books, talk life, talk pandemic living. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so first up, the book, or let's say the series that I kind of want to talk about first, that I started reading first, is the Legend series by Mary Lou. And wow, this is a crazy series. I have so much opinions, and basically I read the 3 main trilogy bits of the series, and I also read the one spin-off book, which is called Rebel, and it's like 10 years after the events of the trilogy. And basically, let's talk about it. So the first book is set with 2 characters. We're set with Day and we're set with June. Day is this like kind of this this criminal in the Republic, which is like the futuristic version of like the United States of America. And basically, yeah, like this Republic is kind of like almost a dystopian place where like there's a lot of kind of like negative government and negative like control going on. We have people like dying because they don't pass the trials. It's kind of disguised as like a utopia for like the upper class, but definitely the lower class is struggling. And so then we have that character who's like kind of like on the streets. He failed his test and he has to kind of like, he's doing little things to go against the Republic. And then we're set with June, who is basically one of those wealthy elite people who's born and raised, like her parents were killed, but she was born and still she was like very top of her class. She got a perfect score on the trial, which has not been done before, and she again is living nicely. So basically the plot starts out with one night, Day, he finds that his parents or his like family's door is marked with a red X, meaning that they have the plague. So Day goes to find some plague medicine in this hospital. He sneaks in, and when they discover him and he has to make a mad dash and escape with the plague medicine, he kind of gets caught with the Republic soldiers, and June's brother Matthias is there. Day has to throw a knife at Matthias to escape, so he doesn't want to get caught by Matthias, and Matthias kind of falls back. He dies. June comes and sees Matthias's body. Day has escaped, and basically she swears a vengeance on Day, and her task, she kind of gets sworn into the commanding the place, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna go get Day. And so then there's this cat and mouse game of June trying to track down Day. But when the two do meet up, they first don't even know it, and after that they realize what truly brought them together, and that will bring down their whole government situation. So it's a really cool book, and the series just gets better and better. Like, Mary Lou, man, I don't even know how she does it, but it's like every book I read from her is stunning in a way. It's just like everything is jaw-dropping. There's so many good twists, so many good characters. Just like I just can't get enough of Mary Lou's content. The second book, which was Prodigy number 2, was even better than the first one. Like, the first one was like, you know, it was pretty good. Number 2 was like groundbreaking, even more amazing, exploring characters and new kind of plots and like new countries. And then number 3, it started off a little bit weird, but like it was even crazier, and like everything, I don't know what to say. It's just amazing series. And then the book 4, which is a spinoff, I had hesitant thoughts at first. I was like, why are they coming back? Why is Mary Lou coming back to the world? There's like a very clear epilogue, but then it worked really well, and it was between a new character and Day, Eden and Day. Eden is Day's brother, and basically it alternates between them two, and like with this new world or new civilization, and also finalizes the story of June. So it's just a really great series. Wow, I talked about this for 5 freaking minutes. So if that gives you any inclination of how amazing the series is, definitely make sure you go check it out. It's just literary masterpiece. Mary Lou is one of my favorites. This definitely topped the Wild Card other series that I read by her. So yeah. Next up is a physical book, and it is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. This was a 3-star book for me. It's basically about this girl and this boy as they're in like college. It's like one of those like cliche romances. They meet cute at this like coffee shop, then another event kind of brings them together where they swap phone numbers and they become each other's emergency contacts, and they kind of like confide their secrets in each other. I like the idea. It was just so poorly done. It's like I had a decent rating for how bad it was. I'm just say that. I definitely brought it down with my 3 stars, but like basically it didn't really feel right. The main character named Penny, she just felt like a side character to me. It felt like I was like more interested in every single character but Penny. I even liked the other dude. I don't remember, Sam. Sam was cool, but Penny just felt like such a, and then she was so annoying too. I even saw this in some of the reviews, but like she was like really bratty and like angry and upset at people for no reason. She made me dislike writing. The way that she kind of approached writing, it was so weird. Now I gave it 3 stars because it was something that I really needed. It was like short, sweet, comical, had some really great themes. I really liked a lot of Sam's character, kind of had some of the ambitions that matched me. I just think overall it wasn't anything that really got me in a fancy, and it was definitely something that was just really average and amateur to me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Alrighty, another audiobook series that I was listening to this month was the next 2 books of the Trader's Game series, which was The Deceiver's Heart and The Warrior's Curse. I'm gonna go on this side of the screen. And I talked a little bit about the first book, I'm pretty sure, earlier. It was the Trader's Game. I think I rated it like 4 stars, and I think I ended up rating the other 2 3 or 4 stars as well. I don't know how to explain the series. That's how really forgettable it is. Basically, like my overall gist is that there are like 4 different races. There's the Endrians, there's the Haldarians, they're the Cawdors, and there are like the Daroian, something like that. You know what? I'm just like so not enthused with the plot of this series that I'm just not going to talk about it because it's so forgettable to me. It's basically just like an overall like 3 or 4 star series. I didn't really learn much or like gain much love for the series with the second 2 books. It was fine. I liked listening to it. I had to listen to it really fast because of how like slow it was. Like it's one of those things like I just like listen to it while I'm making lunch, listen to it while I'm eating lunch, listen to it while I'm cooking breakfast, except I don't. So yeah, I don't even know what this explanation was, but that really tells you how much of an iffy it was for me. Alrighty, next up we have Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. I'm pretty sure I did a reading vlog and I talked about this, but if not, let's talk about it again. So basically we start with this girl named Aurelia. She's a princess in the town of Renault. Just to like keep her magic secret, she's like in the shadows, like, you know, practicing her magic, practicing her sorcery, and she's trying to keep that hidden, but obviously it's getting out. There are rumors that she's a witch, and so when an assassination attempt from the Tribunal, which is basically a group of people who kill witches and hang them basically outside the castle gates, she is subjected to like an assassination attempt. She reveals her magic, and basically they now have the power to kind of chase after her, so she has to escape the country with her life, and she then touches down in the town of Aklev, and basically Aklev is this other place where she was intended to go, but then she had to flee there for her safety. She meets some people there. She has to solve the mystery of like this ancient ghost, like it's the spirit's like past. She has to solve the mystery of Bloodleaf, which is like a poison vine, and she has to kind of connect things together with like the royalty of this new town, the royalty of her old town, and there's just a lot of connections that she has to kind of sift through and sort of like practice like her magic. I loved this series. I definitely want to continue. Probably 4.5 stars. Is missing that kind of element of excitement within just the overall, you know, like text, and that's something like that I'm looking for. It's that little spark in books, because some authors can't do it, and their writing is a bit dry, but some authors have that spark in their plot and their story, and it's like just exciting to read. But this was overall good. It was missing that spark, that flame that made me want to keep going, you know. It's Macbeth time. If you're wondering what the sticky note is, like there's like 30 pages like beforehand before the text even starts. So I have to like be like, hey Troy, you can just steer clear away of that introduction text. What I was reading for ELA this month, it actually took up exactly like the whole month basically. We're just wrapping it up now with some presentations about the motif and how it reflects across the whole play. This story, we're in Scotland. We're set with this like nobleman named Macbeth. Basically, these three witches kind of prophesize Macbeth to be the Thane of Cawdor, the Thane of Glamis, and the King of Scotsland. And they basically tell him, like, hail, Macbeth, you're gonna be the king. And so he's like, but how could I be the king? And so his mind starts worrying, and he's like, oh, how am I gonna be able to get to that spot? And so then he and his wife, Lady Macbeth, kind of start scheming, and they're like, we're gonna help each other to kill the king so that you can be the king. And as the witches and the prophecy said, and that's basically the story. And then after the murder, basically all heck breaks loose. It's a really fun story. Not really fun, but like it's just interesting to read, if that makes sense, because you know I like a little bit of drama. I had to use a lot of online like summaries because like some of the stuff was just like, what? Like if I just open to a random part and it's like, upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound, I'll catch it ere it come to the ground, and that distilled by magic sleights shall raise such artificial spread. Like, you know, like I don't really understand that, so I have to kind of read it and reread it and make sense. But like it was honestly such a like a good plot, and it was good writing, and it was interesting like studying it and like doing little assignments about it. Like I just enjoyed it, you know. It's not like great writing, but like for like a school book, I usually like reading not Macbeth, but like Shakespeare's works in school. Alicia and Atlantis by Nathalie Lane. And this book basically just came out. It came out, I think when you guys are watching this, it came out 2 days ago. Make sure to go check it out. I'll have the Goodreads link in the description. Click on the Goodreads link, and then in there you can kind of see like the online sellers. I'm pretty sure it lists like where you can buy it on Goodreads. I really appreciate you sending the book to me early because it was honestly really, really good. I definitely would rate this like, I would say like a 4.25 stars. Like for a debut novel, it really, really struck home as like a middle grade. This book is basically about this girl named Alicia Atlantis, who has kind of like felt different her whole life. She kind of like reacts in a very strong way to other people's emotions. Like she kind of feels like an empath where she can like feel others' emotions, and she kind of radiates other people's emotions. Like say that someone's like crying in the corner, she'll also feel sad. Basically she gets like attacked by like a grindy low, and then she like gets summoned into the world, and it just really picks off really quick. And basically there is this mystery in this new world where she has to find out like who like her father was, because she finds like her father has this trident and she matches it with something in Alicia, like, or in Atlantis, and so she realizes that her father was a part of Atlantis, but who was he? So she kind of sets off on that mystery, and it's a really, really good book. Has a lot of action, sometimes a little bit too much action, a lot of creative and like unique things in the world, and I think that a lot of technology is super cool. The characters, the ending was really, really good. The only thing that really needs to be worked on was the pacing. I think that the characters, the connections need to be a little bit more stronger. Information, like the info building, world building needs to be a little bit stronger, and I think that's it. But yeah, I definitely have that vlog coming. I kind of have my specific feedback. I don't have as much like right now on my mind, but definitely when you guys see the vlog of my double arcs and stuff, you'll get the gist, but I definitely recommend. Last up for today, we have got 9 of Swords by Phineas Fogg. I'm still finishing this. It's a very thick book, so excuse me if I haven't been able to finish it, but I'm about halfway done. Again, I'll have the Goodreads link where you can find it. I know that for a fact this will be on Amazon on March 15th, I'm pretty sure, and basically this story is about this boy named Phineas Fogg, and wow, he has a whole journey as he goes to this military academy named Morancy after his father gets killed. His lands and like his, you know, he's a prince, so his lands and like his titles are all being like threatened by like, you know, invaders and stuff, and basically he has to kind of acquire the skills that he'll need for battle, and he's like the first year, it's almost like a Harry Potter situation with zero magic and a lot more fighting and a lot more skill training. They kind of go through like 3 different trials. They go through one, which is like the jungle, which I kind of just read, and they basically have to find each other, and they have to like, you know, defeat the tasks of the jungle because there's a lot of dangers inside of the jungle. Then they have to brave the catacombs, and then they also have a final games at the end of the year which will test their fate, and many die in the game, so he's going to have to, you know, really step it up. I'm sorry, I'm rushing guys because my Zoom call starts in like a minute. Okay, so I just can't, should I just record afterwards? No, I'm just gonna be late for my Zoom call. So basically this was a really fun story. I really love the storytelling. It was just a little bit too slow for me. I don't know how to describe it, but like there's just some scenes that were total, like there's this whole like bear hunting scene that like did not need to be included at all. You know, like there was no reason for the scene, and some of the scenes were just a bit long, and so there's like some 5-page dreams, like they just need to be cut down a little bit. I think if the intro, like before we go to Moranci, that was cut down a lot, and like some of like just the, you know, elongated bits, like I feel like if the whole book was cut down by 150 pages and it was just like a 600-page book, it would work so much better. But I'm loving the characters, loving the magic, loving the mystery, loving the Moranci like academy, loving the setting, and it's a really good book. It's just a long, that's like my main thing. It's good, and it's like really like rich and immersed. It's just long. So yeah, that wraps up my thoughts. I have 1 minute before the Zoom call, and I'm gonna be late. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I have to go, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. I'll see you guys on the live stream. I'll post more information, but again, I'll put the times up again, and thank you so much for watching. I'll put the last video up there. Thank you guys. Love you all so much. Thanks for supporting me. Have a great day. Happy reading. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Love ya. Bye. Stay tuned for the live stream and a double arc reading vlog of those 2 last books that I talked about, Alicia and Atlantis and Phineas Fogg. So yeah, love ya. And there's some definite problems. Oh my Jesus. Why am I blanking on this? I'm just gonna go look because I have no idea. Who is closing doors while I'm trying to film? Ooh, Kestra? What's the other place? Oh crap, I'm forgetting. Where is it? I have to get the book before I talk. I think the only thing that really needed to be worked on, wrong book.